up, witches? It's Witch Angel Nakora, and welcome back to Absolution. I say welcome back because I did the teaser demo of this not too long ago. This is a full demo made by Navy Pink, and there's stuff to be worked out in it. I was talking with her in the Discord server, which I'll link in the description below. And when she released the full demo, I was actually pretty excited because the first one was pretty good, but now this is the full demo. Oh my god, the music for this is amazing. And we're going to pop back into this. The full version she's still working on. And when it's finally out, we'll do full playthroughs and all that good stuff. But this is just the demo. If you want to go check this out for yourself, there's a link in the description below to go to her itch.io page, download this, and enjoy it yourself. So let's get on into it. And I can't wait to put my own voices back to this on content warnings. This game, excuse me, this game contains mental illness, blood and gore, suicide, murder, self-harm, sadism, masochism, sexual themes, oof, domestic abuse, jump scares, and swearing. The reason why I say oof is because that word triggers me. So, while playing this game, you will be exposed to content sensitive readers may find disturbing. I'm putting content warnings in the description box, and this playthrough will have an 18 plus warning in the title. So if you are below the age of consent to watch stuff like this, do not click on it. If you have clicked here by mistake, please go to a different video. And if you are sensitive to any of this stuff, which I know I am, but I'm playing this, please do so at your own discretion. Watch at your own discretion. If anything triggers you, you may click off the video, go to something else. I do not blame you. Yeah. Enjoy the game. A mental hospital? You never cease to surprise me. I wonder what this new path will lead you to. Happiness? Fulfillment? This is what you seek, isn't it? Or maybe to death and suffering. The choice is yours. See you soon. Oh, I like that. It's so cute. Entering the hospital, I find myself in the reception area. I glance around the room, only to see a pair of green eyes looking back at me. Yeah, we're rereading all this, I don't care. It seems she's been waiting for me to notice her. I approach her desk slowly. Good morning. She doesn't seem too friendly, not like I'm not used to it. What brings you here, miss? I'm suddenly at a loss of words. I'm finally here. I really need to focus. Excuse me, miss? If you have no business here, please leave. I'm sorry, I applied for a job here. I need to check that before I let you in. Right, nothing out of the ordinary. My first name is Nakora. Okay then. Let me see. Alright. Nakora Hart, correct? The psychologist? We were looking for one since the position became available recently. Anyway, I hope you're qualified. We can't just hire anyone here. We can't hire just anyone here. I'm sure you know why. I understand. Give me a moment. The nurse takes out a cell phone and calls someone. Are you busy? That's good. Listen, I need you to guide someone to Dr. Sharp's office. Thanks. She looks at me again. Aren't you a bit young? Is that a problem? Because There are doctors out there and psychiatrists and psychologists that are actually pretty young for their age, but they got some experience. It just takes time and little know-how to get through it. It is. They don't hire people with no previous experience. That's supposed to be what it takes if you're invited for a job interview. Another moment of awkward silence passes before a door flies open, revealing a different nurse. Well, good luck. I think I'm gonna stay silent. I know it sounds cold, but she didn't seem like I was happy to be there. You know? Hello? Julia, you know from the reception asked me to lead you to an interview. Yay! But I have some spare time, if you want I can show you around as well. It's easy to get lost here at first. I would like that, to be honest. Full tour. I like a full tour if that's fine. Really? That's great! Follow me! The cafeteria. Patients eat here, so it gets pretty crowded at times. How many patients eat here? Currently, I think we have around 30 patients. Not all of them are allowed to eat here with the rest, though. Why is that? For the other safety and their own. The nurse opens a locked door and we enter a staircase. Careful, it's a bit narrow. Thanks for the warning. Oh, no problem. I'm just doing my job. Nice lady. And you're doing well. We enter a long hallway. Well, here it is, the second floor. As you can see, this is where the patients' rooms are located. It's also where you will work. Given that you're hired, of course. How much time do patients spend outside their rooms? Most of the day, really. Save for some difficult patients. I see psychologists and psychiatrists every day. We organize group activities quite often, which are optional. Patients can go everywhere on the first and second floor as long as they're watched over by someone. So we really aren't keeping them locked in here. We walk quietly through the hallway between patients' rooms. No matter how I look at it, I feel uncomfortable here. Like I'm trapped. I don't like this part of the building at all. Suddenly the nurse stops at the end of the hallway. Behind this wall is the nurse's office. We usually spend breaks here. Honestly, we don't have many of them. We're more busy than you think. Oh, and from here you can get to room 13, the isolated one. What do you like to do on breaks? Is it empty now, or how are nurses treated here? I'm gonna go with is empty now. Oh no, there's always someone in there. Just to watch over room 13. I think that's 13. I'm never good at Roman numerals, okay? It's where aggressive patients are moved sometimes. I don't think it's occupied right now, thankfully. We moved to a spacious room connecting 2 hallways in the nurse's office. This is the central hall. It's one of the few parts of the original building that has never changed since the... I don't know Roman numerals! I need a translation! To be honest, it's good to have an open space between all these narrow corridors. You can eat to the 3rd floor from here. If you get chosen for the night shift, that's where you'll stay. You won't go there today, though. Any questions? I guess not. Guess not. We're nearly there too, so let's go. Another narrow hallway. This one is slightly more comfortable for me. This is where psychiatrists and psychologists have their offices. So this is it. My job interview will soon begin. I was so caught up in the tour, I nearly forgot about it until now. This part here always makes me nervous, so I'm going to go ahead and pop in a save slot. I wonder which one of these doors I'll have to enter. Are you nervous about the interview? Some advice, please? I mean, Dr. Sharp can be a bit harsh at first, but it's only for the good of the patients. Just stay professional, speak only when asked to, and you should be fine. Alright then, thanks. I should probably go now. My break is nearly over. Sure, I can handle myself. The nurse leaves the way we came. What am I waiting for? I knock on the door before I can hesitate and overthink it.
Come in.
I'm not good at dude voices, so pardon me if my guy voice sounds a little bit feminine. I enter the office slowly. The man sitting behind the desk must be Mr. Sharp, or Dr. Sharp, the psychiatrist. I expected him to be older. Once I enter the office, he looks up from the documents on his desk.
Nakora Hart.
That's right,
You are here for the job interview.
Yep, sorry I skipped a little text on accident.
Take a seat, please.
I sit down in a chair on the other side of his desk. He doesn't seem to be in a hurry.
You applied here for a job here as a psychologist, correct?
I did. He pauses and looks at me briefly.
Someone of your age might not be suited to work here. A fragile young mind such as yours is likely to be unprepared for what you may encounter here.
I am going to go ahead and just keep quiet. I bite my tongue before I can say anything stupid.
I take your silence as a means of acknowledging my warning.
He's silent, watching me. I look around the office. It looks nice. It has a slightly ominous feel to it. The curtains are nearly closed, which makes it quite dark and stuffy. His presence itself, the situation I'm in, and the atmosphere of the room is enough to make me slightly nervous. I realize that he's probably doing it on purpose, so I do my best to remain composed. His silence is deliberate. It's obviously a test of my patience. He's looking at me again, but this time it's more analytical. I want to be assertive about it and say something, but I'm not sure what is expected from me. Look him straight in the eye. I look back at him without hesitation. I will not be toyed with. I came here for an interview, not a therapy session. His smile is far from genuine.
My apologies. It must be a habit of mine.
The way he looks at me is different now. Like, my resistance made him give up. I don't care if this is what he expected or not. I won't hesitate to remind him that I don't like people acting like they have power over me.
The nurse that led you here. She wasn't much trouble, was she?
She did her job.
As she was supposed to. It seems to me that she's already left. Pity. Being able to make her wait for you now would be quite the achievement. You had a chance to walk through the hospital on your way here. What did you think of it?
What does that got to do with anything? I haven't been here for long enough to really make up my mind, but so far, it's really impressive.
I suppose so.
I wonder what else he can ask me.
Due to the sensitive nature of your work, I feel obliged to ask. Have you ever suffered from a mental illness?
Actually, yeah. I'm schizophrenic.
I do not appreciate being lied to in such a disrespectful manner, Miss Hart.
He's right. I lied. He briefly looks away from me and then back, seeming hesitant for a moment. In real life, I actually do have schizophrenia, and boy, does it suck.
What is your sexual orientation?
I freeze. What kind of question is that? I remind myself that this is all to test me, so I don't have to be fully honest. I'm bisexual. He glares at me. I glare back. I shift a bit in my seat in preparation for his next question.
What do you value the most in this job?
Finally, something I can answer honestly. Being able to help people.
Help people? I suppose that's one way of looking at it.
He looks away from me absently for a moment. Is that it?
Today is the 31st of October. I heard some nurses are having a party for the occasion. Do you have plans?
I don't know yet.
Of course, I wasn't asking out of curiosity. However you chose to spend the evening, make sure to never let it interfere with your work.
I understand.
Well then, Miss Hart. You definitely have what it takes in terms of personality. You're not fit to work here.
Ugh! And this is why I made a load state. Pardon me. There we go. We got a different answer.
I see you have a practical mind. Good. Your new job will require your complete focus.
Oh boy. I'm gonna go with a long time ago.
I suppose it is difficult to avoid at some point.
What is that supposed to mean? Oh boy. She told me in the Discord server that my sexual orientation in the game does not affect me, so we're gonna go bisexual.
You are expected here tomorrow at 7 a.m.
Thank you.
There is nothing you need to thank me for.
See? There was a bit of a switch there when I hit a long time ago instead of actually. Because that way he knows that we've had mental illness in the past. But what's funny is, in real life, I suffer from a lot of mental conditions, ranging from schizophrenia, which has been diagnosed, PTSD, night terrors, depression, among a few others I will not get into because it will bring back some bad memories. But I suffer with them every day, and I see a psychiatrist once every 3 months, and I see a therapist at least once every 1 to 2 months, and it's been helping me greatly. But I also do stuff on my own to help me cope with the depression, the voices in my head, and stuff like that, which is why I urge all of you that if you have a severe mental illness such as depression, any kind of eating disorder, any kind of depressive disorder, I urge you to go find help. Because this here, you may not think it works. It's different for everybody. Everyone takes treatment differently. Not everyone will, take it lightly or take it seriously. But I urge you to go find help, seek help, because no matter what you do, you matter. You are the most precious thing on this earth. And I will tell you this, speaking from experience, before I continue, if you try to end it, you will be more or less throwing away the most precious treasure on this earth, and that's your life. Your life is the most precious treasure on this earth. Water, air, food, those are essential, but your life is extremely important. For you have a job to do, and you only have one chance. Make it count, make it last, and just know I love you. I love all of you.
I will wait you tomorrow in your new office, Miss Hart.
I nod. I leave the office and shut the door behind me, letting out a breath I had no idea I was holding. It feels like a different world outside that room. Yay! New character screen! I'm glad to have that behind me. At least I was finally hired. I think I did well. He seemed to be satisfied with how I handled myself. Still, there was something unsettling about that man and the way he asked me questions I wasn't prepared for. The important thing is I got the job and I would come here again tomorrow. I walk to the central hall and leave the office's hallway behind me for now. Walking back the way I came here, I had to pass through the patient's room's hallway. It has an eerie feel to it. I'm not afraid of the patients in the tight spaces. It never really unsettled me. In real life, I have claustrophobia, and it sucks. I also have agoraphobia, which sucks even worse. And yet I want to get through this hallway as fast as possible. Conveniently enough, the door by the staircase opens on its own from the inside. I'll have to get some keys tomorrow. Passing through the reception once again, I catch the eye of a nurse named Julia. I smile at her before leaving. I'm too happy to care. I'll meet my patients tomorrow. I'm so excited for my first day of work. I wonder what kind of people my patients will be. Walking back home, I turn around and take a look at my new workplace. It looks so serious. I'm really working at a hospital! Finally! After so much work to get here, I'll have therapy with people who really need my help. I can't help but feel at peace. Soon, I'll be able to do what I always wanted to. I barely keep myself from bouncing while walking back home. Oh, we're in November! Ugh. November 3rd is a very important day for me because that's my mom's birthday, and on that day my emotions go haywire. My alarm clock woke me up. It's 6 a.m. I should be getting up. Yesterday I got the job. It's my first day of work! I'll meet my patients in a few hours. I need to hurry up. Stay calm. I tell my enthusiastic face on the other side of the mirror while brushing my hair. I'm more than ready for today. Whew. Thankfully, my new house isn't that far from the hospital, so once I'm ready, I decide to walk. The weather today is surprisingly nice for November. After 20 minutes, I find myself by the entrance. I push the front door open confidently and feel the familiar thrill of being inside the hospital again. After confirming my identity to a nurse I didn't recognize, I was handed a pair of keys and told to go to my new office. I pass the now empty cafeteria and a staircase to get to the second floor. I make my way through the patient's room's hallway. Going deeper into the hospital, I pass through the central hall to enter the office's hallway. One of the offices was already labeled. Office 3, Nakora Hart, Psychologist. Oh, that's so cute! My YouTube name is actually Nakora Writer, or I could also go by Nakora Ravenswood, which is a cute little nickname I picked for myself a long time ago. But Ravenswood is also the last name of my witch self, my real life witch self, because we go by a normal birth name and we go by a witch name in the witch community at times. And mine is Pandora Ravenswood. So I combined the two to create Nakora Ravenswood. And it's actually a really pretty name. Whoa, my office looks spoopy. I open the door and I'm instantly overwhelmed. Oof, I can see why. The inside of my office resembles Dr. Sharp's slightly, but the color scheme is completely different. Hold up, save file. Immediately I decide to open up the thick curtains to let more sunlight into the room. There's nothing more depressing than a dark room, especially on a sunny day like this. I prefer a dark room. Even the window in my office, which has bars on it for safety reasons I assume, I can see a bit of the nearby town where I'm staying, but most of the forest surrounding the hospital. on one floor above the ground. A fall from here probably wouldn't be deadly. Thankfully.
How do you like your new office, Miss Hart?
Startled a bit by Dr. Sharp's voice and the sound of the door being closed, I turn around to face my boss. It's spacious. Still slightly overwhelmed by the room, I'm at a loss for words. So I figure it's better to say the first thing that comes to my mind.
I will take this as a sign of enthusiasm for the job. I have already assigned patients to you yesterday. Since you are new here and obviously lack experience, you will have fewer of them than the others at first. Here are their files. I expect you to read them beforehand.
He hands me a few documents after looking through them briefly, and I place them carefully on my desk.
Richards, Moore, Burnett, unknown. It shouldn't be difficult for you to interact with all four of them frequently enough to progress the therapy. You can choose who to meet with and how long your sessions will last. Your scheduled break is from 12 to 12:30 every day. Do you have any further questions?
I understand everything.
I see. Once you have read your patient's files, you can fetch a nurse to lead with them to your office. I highly encourage you to be objective as possible when judging your patients. It would be a shame for you to neglect some patients in favor of others.
I'll try my best.
Trying may not be enough.
He steps away from me and moves towards the door.
The next time we see each other, I will judge how well you handle your current position. Be mindful of how you choose to interact with your patients. Until we meet again, Miss Hart.
I nod and he's gone, leaving me to read my patient's files. I sit by my desk, put the files in a neat pile. Put the files in a neat pile before me. I'm sorry. It's 7:30, so I shouldn't have to hurry. Alright, let's see what we got here. William Moore, 26, diagnosed with panic disorder. Notes: patient refuses to talk due to the majority of the staff and spends all their spare time alone. Known to become aggressive during an attack. I have been diagnosed with panic disorder as well. And when I have a panic attack, it's like basically a feral cat with claws that will actually bite you if you pretty much set me off. Charlie, last name unknown, diagnosed with schizophrenia. Voices in my head, they all speak, and some of them are jerks. Frequently interacts with the staff and other patients in a friendly manner, unable to provide information about his past. Tom Richards, 29, diagnosed with dissociative identity disorder. Okay, so he's got multiple personalities due to past traumas. One of them is like a protector, one is an alter, one could be like a guardian of sorts. Recently admitted, possesses 3 alternate personalities. Switches are irregular, reluctant to work with staff, seems to avoid other patients. Michael Burnett, 26, diagnosed with OCD. Like my housemate across the hall when he's home. He's got a slight case of OCD. Trust me, whenever he's here and he's in a mood, oh my Gaia, it's unreal. Sets me into a slight anxiety attack when he gets into an angry mood. Extremely aggressive. Known to attack staff members, must be restrained at all times while outside his room and kept away from sharp objects. Ouch. That seems to be all my patients. Interestingly enough, each of them has a completely different illness. It looks like I'll be dealing with some really serious problems. Oh, it's what I was hoping for all this time, and yet I'm a bit nervous. Who should I start with? We're going to figure that out in the next episode. We're going to start talking with our patients in the next episode of Absolution, because I want to get to know these people a little bit at a time, kind of dip our toes in the water, so to speak. So, next episode, we're going to talk with our patients and see what's going on in their heads. And I mean what I say, and I say what I mean before. If you are struggling with mental illness, you need to seek professional help or talk to your family about it and see what they can do about getting you a treatment plan and hopefully hooking you up with something that can help control whatever urges that are going on in your mind, in your life, because I love all of you. I love every single one of you. I just recently hit over 200 subs, and I love every single one of you little witchlings. I love all of you, and I just want to see every single one of you safe and happy. You may not think that it'll get easy later on, but it will. There may be some speed bumps, some forks in the road, huge potholes, but once you get the right help that's perfect for you, any shape or form, whether it's uh, talking with a psychiatrist, getting on medication, maybe unplugging yourself and going out for a hike or whatever, however you decide to help yourself, I fully support it, as long as it does not cause harm to you or harm to others. Everyone should at least be a little bit happy in their life, somehow. I mean, my therapy every day is I watch Razbowski, I watch 8-Bit Ryan, DA Games, I listen to music, I do some cosplay on TikTok, and I work on my cosplays for OMGCon. I play on my Switch, I cuddle plushies and watch Netflix. That's how I usually spend my mental breaks. And I also bake. I make brownies, cookies, whatever. Just something that helps me unwind and helps with the voices in my head, the stress, and the agoraphobia. While also seeing my therapist, my regular doctor, and my psychiatrist. I don't think I'll ever be fully repaired, so to speak, but I can at least temporarily put band-aids on the problem until I find ways to control the pain. If you know what I mean. So I'm gonna get on out of here. Y'all know what to do. Hit that like button with a big old bibbity bobbity boop, and I'll see you all in the next one. Mwah! Stay magical, my friends. I love you all.